Hey everybody! For Her Interactive's 30th anniversary, they released a bunch of behind the scenes footage from their various video games. I figured I'd make a video checking out all this stuff. So this must be their original logo. Kinda cool. So what is this? So this looks like they were making books based on their first game, Mackenzie and Company. Looks like, or no, these are computer boxes. Okay, so I had one for each character, and then Pippi Longstocking. Were they doing like a Pippi Longstocking journal or something? Huh. Well, it looks like 1996 is when they got the rights to start on a Nancy Drew game. Okay. Are they going to mention the other video game they made in this time? Vampire Diaries? Maybe, maybe not. Attention, girls who are dreamers. Her Interactive is bringing girls and computing together. Fancy logo. Okay, so they are completely skipping over Vampire Diaries. Okay, fine, that makes sense. So, they spent the next 2 years working on Nancy Drew. Huh, this must be like concept art for the pharmaceutical place, right? Okay, so that's a picture. On the left, this is a picture from the end of the game. I guess that's supposed to be the design on the wall, a manatee punching a wave. And a library card. So at one point, Hal Tanaka had a library card in the game. Wonder what would have happened with that. Interesting. And so this must be like the original version of the VCR. I guess it was going to have more features like rewind and fast forward, stop and play. That's how most VCRs work. But in the game, what you do is you take a TV remote, you turn on the TV, and then you just push in the VCR. And that's it. There's no play or stop. So it looks like No, this is Stay Tuned for Danger. Okay, sorry. I can read things, I swear. So at the bottom of the whatever. Bottom of screen, these are all inventory items from Stay Tuned for Danger. So it looks like each inventory item can be outlined in red and outlined in blue. Okay, alright. I don't see any new inventory items. Not off the top of my mind. Those all look like things we have in the game. Maybe we're going to do more tape watching in the original version of the game, because there are 2 tapes in Secrets Can Kill, but I think there's only like the one in Stay Tuned for Danger. Other stuff from Stay Tuned for Danger. Okay, so concepts for the Tower of Hanoi puzzle, right? The puzzle where you just move things left and right. Looks like different handwriting for the map screen where we have everybody's name and address on it. Kind of like the one they didn't use, though. I kind of like that. And I can't read this note in the middle at all. Like, at all. So, yeah. And here's how they made those silly photographs on the wall in Stay Tuned for Danger. They just took a real-life photograph and put Maddie's face on it. I think everybody figured that out. Yeah. We figured that out on our own. Thanks. Okay, so message in a haunted mansion. Oh my gosh, get me this picture of Abby. Like, get me a version of the game where Abby is animated like that. That looks awesome. Oh man. All right, so concept art for the fortune telling scene, and then these are all inventory items. Yeah, these are just all the inventory items. I don't know why they've got white outlines on them. So this must be concept art. Okay, so that's what the entry looks like from above. I guess they had to do it that way because they've got the stair set and we've got the top, upstairs entrance and the downstairs entrance. Interesting. Yeah. And you pick up an item from over there. Can't go outside. I wonder why it has like little snowflakes there. Oh, is that the design on the wall? Huh. And then there looks like an alternate version of the Phoenix thing, which is inside, the one that you pull, right? Isn't there a Phoenix that you pull to get the secret entry in the library? I think that must be it. Treasure in the Royal Tower. Okay, concept art of the fancy key. And then Must be an early version of that room where you have the puzzle to pull the chains and then go through. Yeah, the special key to open up the grate. That's what the key is. More concept art for one of the medallions. That looks really good, actually. And then this must be one of the design. That's the design for the floor, the thing on the floor at the very end. Looks like they changed it so they could have like the circle in the middle and then the 3 medallions around it, but still looks great. So before and after. Ooh, okay, so this little diamond was going to be red to begin with. All right, cool. What is this? This is Dexter trying to stop himself and then 3 Lisas and 2 Maddies from coming through? What even is? No, that's Abby on the left. I can see her sleeve. What on earth is this? What is that picture? Is there somebody standing behind him? Because he's got black hair there, and he does not have black hair behind him in the actual game. Okay, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. What is this? Like a number 5? I guess it could have been cool if they had a number 5 somewhere. So clearly fancy designs. Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Wait, didn't we miss a game? Wasn't there like a... there was the game, the final scene. Yeah, did we miss that? I think we might have skipped over that. They had alternate alien stuff for Sunny June to have. Okay, so Nancy Drew's silhouette at the start of the game, she's in all black and you can't actually see her. So it looks like they had 2 versions of it. Wearing blue, reddish hair, then a reddish dress, and blonde hair with a huge chunk of hair missing. I think they probably made the right choice in making it an all-black silhouette. She's in shadow. Okay, and then Rick, these 3 characters need to be standing somewhere about this. Okay, Rick? Get it right. Like, who's Rick? I don't know. But that's clearly the scene at the end where all 3 of them are standing. Apparently, in the first version, Rick messed up and had them, like, all crumpled together. Alright. Ghost Dogs at Moon Lake. Ooh. Test animation of the dogs attacking. Okay. Before they did the 3D.
What just happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Remember? Nancy?
Okay, so it looks like they had reference videos is what it's saying here. They had the people from Her Interactive act out the scenes before sending them to the animators. Okay, cool. Yeah, and Red Knot was apparently going to be sort of like a golfer. That looks like an Andy Jason shirt, to be honest, from Game 9. But they did change it. They changed his plaid by giving him a vest and made it a camouflage vest. Imagine being the person who had to act out hitting somebody on the head with a bone over and over and over again. Wow. Okay, so early map for Captain's Cove. Looks good. The treasure chest souvenir shop. Yeah, that's not actually in the actual game. That's cool. They changed that to like Elliot's and Ingrid's place. I don't think we ever see what that is. We never had the Ferris wheel. And these are a little different too. So like that's not what the roller coaster looks like at the end of the game. Midway games look a little different, and that's Joy's place. Still, that's cool, and I wonder what this is on the left too. Huh. Yeah, what would they have done with the souvenir shop? Like, maybe that's where you were going to get the souvenir spoon instead of having the puzzle inside to get the spoon from the hotel. Okay, so early concept art of the entrance, and then different art for the logo. Animation of that silly thing. Okay, suggested title for the slider puzzle layout. Okay. Time permitting, it'd be neat to have a little animation of the buoy or the goal bobbing about, but would that slow down the gameplay? Maybe. I don't know. This is cool. Put a lot of work into that game. Okay, here is the door opening in front of Elliot. I knew he didn't actually open the door himself. Haha. So that's... I wonder what the steps are to get from what they had on the left and what they had on the right. Because what they had on the left was clearly just like him without any skin. Kind of creepy. Okay, so the original version of the letter to Nancy... I mean, this email is in the opening letter. I don't think we get to see it for more than like 5 seconds. Alright, so maybe the game took place at a different date? Whatever. And then what's these pictures? These pictures on the right. So these must have been drawings by little kid Francis. Interesting. Maybe those could have been inside the diary. Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. This is also seen in like the opening cutscene of the game and isn't really there in the actual game. Superstition Mountains. So I imagine these are like real life mountains that they used as a reference. This is the puzzle for fixing the basket. Looks like 12 pieces, senior level. All right. And then before and after, early concept for the slot machine, and this is what the ending thing looks like. Made it look old and rough because it's in a ghost town. All right, so how did they program this? Mary Ozzy's store. So this is where your horse is. Mary's there at all times. I guess this is just a basic layout of the store. So bookshelf, arcade game, and they did add stuff here in the window thing because you get the tuning forks from there. Okay, so what is this? This is the den. This is the den. You can't go outside the door. Looks like they originally had sleeping quarters here. Interesting, because everybody wonders, hey, where do the characters sleep at night? Well, it's there. It's on the other side of this secret door, I guess. Blanket chest, fireplace has a newspaper article. There's the Francis painting. That's Francis spelled incorrectly. Let's see, horse books, tchotchkes, I think is that word, and a harmonica activity. Oh, they're going to have a harmonica activity in the lounge? Sounds good. No ribbon in the actual game. No journal. No dining table in the actual game. This entire thing they get rid of. Wow. Okay, roll top desk. If it has a secret drawer, that would be cool. So the Rolodex opens... they don't have a Rolodex with phone numbers in the finished thing, but they do have the envelope for Mary Ozzy. Okay. Yeah, we need to get the key for the desk, right? To open it up. That's what Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed say. So trash can with angry letter. Originally, the angry letter is going to be in the trash can. In the actual game, it's inside the roll top desk. And then the bookcase with horse books. Yeah, that's in the game. Romance sunscreen. No, romance book and sunscreen. Maybe you were going to originally have sunscreen in this game. Interesting. That could have been a cool thing, because they do say it's very, very hot. So this is a wall, hanging pots and pans, island butcher table. We don't really do anything on that table. There's Shorty, his stove, his maps are there, prep area. Everything else seems the same. Oh, nope, the recipe box is moved. It's over here, and that's replaced with a fridge. Yeah, okay. So they put a fridge in here, and they move it there. I wonder what the hanging pots and pans were going to be. Just a wall design, or... I'm talking way too much. Sorry if I'm talking too much. This is like the first chance I've had to look at these things. So somebody pretending to be Mary. I guess they decided to blur out the face of that particular employee. Oh, did I miss something? I wasn't paying attention to what these notes are on the right. So, scene number, Shorty grimaces. Shorty begins in its root position, gestures accordingly on his line. The last frame of animation, it goes back to the root position. From his cow root, Dave tips his hat while delivering his line, ma'am, and then goes back to his normal. Okay, so he moves. Oh, we didn't actually see him tip his hat. Whew! Fireworks, the death scene from Curse of Blackmore Manor. I guess these must be early versions of that rock that glows. Lower level map, placeholder main, moving rooms, bell lock. I guess it's not a bell lock in this. No, That's different. Let me go back and see if I can locate these, those fireworks. I want to see those fireworks. Okay, so that's a firework animation if you get the puzzle wrong. You can't do that in the actual game, though. If you get the puzzle wrong, it just lets you retry the puzzle. That's the puzzle to open up the well. So it's a well puzzle. And then I have no idea what this thing at the top is. Maybe an early version of the glow stick. Yeah, so in the game, the bell lock is on, like, the middle floor on the west-hand side. Whereas this is saying it was originally going to be here where the well is. Is that well lock? Maybe it says well lock and not bell lock, and I'm just misreading. Yeah, I'm probably just misreading. Okay, there's Ethel sliding through. Looks like early versions. I have no idea what this is. Hallway F2, hallway F1, library, hid con? No idea what that is. Let's go back a second. A couple more seconds. I wanted to see what's on the right-hand side of Ethel. Oh, it's just early versions of Jane's Door. An early version of Jane's Door next to the completed version. Celebrating 30 years of Nancy Drew games. Moving on to 11 through 20. So the cat test. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What were they doing? They were gonna put hair on that poor cat? Oh my gosh! What? No! No! Oh, that's hideous. Okay. I guess the cat could have been more hideous than it actually is. People like to joke that cat is really hideous in Secret of the Old Clock. These look like just sketches for things that appear in the journal. Yeah, I seem to recognize these from the little journal. Yeah, the journal that's underneath that elephant. So they had this reference photo when making Nancy's blue roadster. Nice. Got rid of the license plate, made it a bit smoother. Okay, that's just the exit, just the original version, and then the finished version. Looks like they decided to change the handle into a heart. Cool. It's cute. Add curtains and a chair. The Titusville map. Okay, so these must be like early versions of the map. I guess they changed this upper right area. Yeah, and they have the bank here. The bank looks pretty much what the map is like. They probably worked a hard on the map because it's something that is kind of a big deal in the game. Alright, so it changed to this and then this. I can't read any of the writing there. Last train to Blue Moon Canyon. Are the characters dancing? What's going on? I'm trying to read this. Okay, so this is stove, steam engine, puzzle, book. Okay, so this is the main area. The first room with Frank and Joe right here. I guess that's what those stars are. Built-in seating, shelving, bar. Okay. Yeah, the characters are dancing. They're just testing out their arms. That's the pachinko game inside Fatima's. Different outfits for the Fatima character. Yeehaw! And then different version of Charlena's laptop. And we have somebody acting out like the various karate poses for Minette. That's cute. And reference photo from actual France. Ooh. No idea what that thing on the left is. Was there a puzzle trying... That looks like maybe it would have been one of the puzzles in the park, trying to get the colors correct on a statue. Weird. And then fashion. Fashion on the right. So no idea what this is on the left. I think it's another painting puzzle. Yeah, in the game you have, like, you paint the Mona Lisa and then a flower painting. It looks like they were gonna have a third one, which is this one. Looks like a basket of fruit and some bottles. Huh. And then concept art for Nancy's little desk area. And then, again, a windmill and an actual restaurant place. So just reference photos for real-life places. Creature of Kapu Cave. No idea what this is. Okay, we've got the stairs. I guess this might be the dock area where you go fishing. And then apparently we're going to go fishing on the right, and there's like a 6x6 area where you can fish. On the left, there is going to be a 6x6 area where you can snorkel. They kind of have that in the game, but in the game it's actually a dock. And then I'm guessing HS must be like places where you can pick up those seashells. No idea what it means by legendary Murloc Cave, though. This must be more concept art for the plant place, and I don't know why they have a shark in a wave. They don't have that in the actual game. Would have been cool. Designs for Frank and Joe. You know what? Those look fine. They look better than Frank and Joe actually look like in the finished game. They look kind of terrible in the game. I have to say I kind of like Big Mike in the game better than in this concept art, but I'm loving those sandals. Those sandals. Awesome. Quigley reference photos. This is where she'll be on the tree. I guess these are original designs for the people that are working inside the greenhouse. Cool. We got to see a lot more of them. But they must have decided it was easier to have them completely covered up and have them all look exactly the same. Yeah. That's the car dancing around. So White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I don't know what this picture is on the left. Is that like a toilet seat or something? I don't know. It's sauna. The one on the right has to be like the entranceway to the lodge. Totally different because they've got like ski equipment that you can get on the right. And then the fire, they put a wall in between the fireplace and the hallway that you kind of have to go around. Oh, I bet the one on the left there that's where the two characters sit and play Fox and Geese. It was going to be like a separate area like that. Okay. Finished and beginning designs for the cooking challenge. Looks like originally it was going to look... yeah, a double row of ingredients. I kind of like it better with not 10 ingredients to follow. Yeah. Looks like it's even more than 10 ingredients. Okay, basic versions of the characters. Okay. I guess when you go deep down, they all have the same skeleton. So this is stuff for the moose head, it looks like. The one that opens its mouth? Probably. And based on Crater Lake Lodge in Oregon. Hey, I've been there. It's a convenient resting spot if you're taking the hike around Crater Lake.
There wasn't any crystal skull in that box.
Weird. What on earth was that animation?
Crystal skull in that box?
Just an alternate version of Henry Bolet. Wow, and it looks like he was going to have a scar at some point. Wow, okay. Interesting. No idea what that is on the left. Like, alien spider thing? Oh, it's so creepy. And, this is that one puzzle. The Rube Goldberg machine puzzle. Concept art for this area, the shovel and the weird, creepy crow. It looks like it was going to be more of a dragon instead of a crow. Phantom of Venice, it looks like this is the area where you have the puzzle with the various agents, and then this must be like concept art for the puzzle with all the pigeons. But the background's completely different. There's a book on the right. Looks like concept art for Nancy's wardrobe on the left. Looks pretty much the same as it is in the actual game, but a little... Like, these are not outfits she can wear in the actual game. They have completely different outfits. reference photos for Phantom of Venice. More reference photos, it looks like. This actually looks really close to the scene from the balcony if you look outside. Maybe this is supposed to be the balcony scene. Okay, this is, no idea. That's got to be the newspaper stand. Oh, yeah, and this is the thing we used to break into the one house. Okay. I'm sorry, they are distracting me with this music. This music is from the Hardy Boys Treasure on the Tracks game. Okay, opening the door. Don't know what that's for. I don't know. This is probably the concept art for the Kana Scosta. The sheep from Haunting of Castle Malloy looked like this, and they were adding fur. And there's Matt. What? You can't really see Matt's feet at any point, so I don't know what the deal is. Oh, it's the chemicals puzzle. I hate that puzzle. Concept art for the chemicals puzzle. Obviously, concept art for the bar. The Wailing Banshee. Kyler moving around. Okay. So that's how they animate Kyler moving. That's creepy. There's a fairy ring. I assume they have that reference photo from Ireland, and then the jetpack. And here we go. Here's Hardy Boys Treasure on the Tracks. This is the music that's playing. Okay, dining carriage. Woman who recovered Warsaw, painting still a mystery. Okay, so they did not have that in the actual game, but that was Samantha Quick is the idea. Oh, it says right there, Samantha Quick. Okay. Well, I'm not familiar enough with Treasure on the Tracks to tell you if this is a picture that they use in the actual game or not. It could be. Concept art for the Samantha Quick character, I presume. And then it looks like animation for a puzzle changing here's the animation for finding that fancy item. Kind of like this artwork, huh? Yeah, that looks like a map of the general game. And then the Dossier games. Okay, so this must be the second game. I'm not recognizing who this character on the left could be. That's clearly the guy who works at the front desk, and then there's the mean woman. Maybe that was supposed to be like Bess and George appear at the start of the game. Maybe that was supposed to be Bess. Alright, so this must be from the canceled Dossier game, Ship of Shadows. They're going to have an organ activity where you play the organ. Lucas hangs around. Guess Lucas was a character. Puzzle to unlock a case. Telegraph machine. You use the Morse code book on it for an activity. Captain's log here. Nice. There's a design on the stairs, and there's clues on the organ. Okay, that reveals the Bellows of Doom. Wow. Stairs statue opens, revealing a clue from Mystico. What? Oh, the Mystico from White Wolf of Icicle Creek. Okay, ghostly face appears in this mirror. Artistic about ship next to the model. Okay, so an artistic ship. All right, somewhere there in a secret compartment that opens from playing the organ. Oh, that looks like it would have been a cool room. The SS Intrigue, so they were wondering whether they call it the Luska or the Intrigue. Rooms, museum, nursery, a game room, a bridge, Lucas's room, secret cargo hold, engine room, and then old cargo hold. All right, yeah, so you probably would have found the cargo hold at some point. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the second Dossier game where they had lots of different locations. Nursery there. Can't really read the stuff on the right. It's like desk lamp, lamp posts, not really working. So payphone, cages, fishing nets. You can read this on your own. Said animation of this guy leaving that area, and it must be the captain. So they had basic concept art of the captain, all done. And then this is from the first Dossier game. So Titan overall painting, more details on models, the loose items. Move detail to match the model, brighten to match. Yeah, I don't remember liking this puzzle. Having a hard time finding that this matches that, and this matches that. So they clearly did some work on trying to make it more obvious what matches with which reference, but I was not able to solve that puzzle very well. And this must be the terrible puzzle of wandering around through the greenhouse garden area. This is a room from the second game. Looks like, yeah, this is just concept art for it. So that's the wait activity. The door can close or not. You have buttons, the pneumatic tube. We have gossip characters. We don't really get to see them. I don't know what they mean by weighted items. So does that mean like those are heavy items for us to get? Pull open the window. 2 halves missing. Dumbwaiter. Huh. And I think in the actual game there's stuff down at the bottom as well. Puzzles there. So this is from the first game. This is the office, the crime scene. Yeah, we never actually get to go at the crime scene. We do get to go inside an office, though. Door puzzle. Looks like we kind of had a little bit more of the inside. A window puzzle. There is no window puzzle in the final game. Poster. Not really a wall puzzle in the final game, or a dark alley either. Interesting to see what this game could have been. Okay, hint number 1. Here's the first hint. It's still subtle enough. You have to use your brain to figure out the rest of the puzzle. Yes, you're still smart. Don't do it. This auto text uses Georgia. 18-point bold. 0000. Okay, cool. Like, just testing out the game. And then I don't know where this would have been. Like, maybe this was supposed to be the third game, and it was going to look a bit more like this. Or maybe that's what the first game was going to look like when they, before they decided to move the inventory to the bottom of the screen. This has to be a character from the third game that never got made, because that's clearly Nick from the second game, and there's like no hotel with a train nearby in either of the 2 games that got released. Concept art for characters from the first Dossier game. Special thanks to all the people that did all this stuff. Woo! We've got one more video to check out here. Games 21 through 30. So, Warnings at Waverly Academy. Concept art for the fancy tree. Looks like it was going to have little vines growing on it. Cool. And then that's the dorm. Another version of the dorm. Looks like they were going to have a different logo on top. Haud in Pono. I looked it up. That's Latin for I don't cheat you, I don't deceive you. I wonder who these 2 people in the pictures are.
So Rachel flunked a test a couple weeks ago, which means she can't be valedictorian. So maybe, in some twisted way, she thinks we're to blame and she's using this black cat stuff to freak us all out.
Alright, design work for Casper the Creepy Squirrel. I mean, what is this, super goggles on the squirrel? That's scary. Yeah. Okay, concept art for somebody posing as the Jacob boyfriend that the 2 girls were fighting over. Oh my gosh. So did they actually like change the face, or did they just put a pair of shades and a wig on him and say, "Hey, that's good enough. That's good enough. That looks like a high school boy." I think that's what they did. Oh, reference photo for the library. Oh, it would have been cool if we could visit the upstairs area of the library in the game, but alas, we cannot. Concept art. So that's obviously Kareen on the right, and then Leela on the left. So they all had the same basic body design in this game too. I think that's something we've seen in a lot of these Nancy Drew games, is that the characters all start off with the basic skeleton body design. Okay, so that's the Little Jackalope game from Trail of the Twister. Designs for Anti-Acorns, which is one of the candies. Reference photo of just an old, broken, terrible TV. And then another reference photo for an old, terrible, broken barn. Pa dancing. Looks on the right. It's flipping pages of the book and then the radio. That's cute. Moving Frosty, just moving his arm in all directions, it looks like. So weird. I'm sure it makes sense to people who like program the game. So more concept art for the comic, the one random comic. Okay. Put a lot of work into that comic. And then reference photos for a family and the dress, and then concept art for the water's edge. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of a waterfall over there. That's cool. That didn't make it into the final game, right? There's that creepy frog thing. And then, oh, there's that. There's the hallway with nothing inside it. Interesting. And then the pachinko parlor. Oh, and it looks like they were trying to make the robot cat look like a real cat as much as possible. Concept art for the characters and the shed. Oh, the one puzzle where you have to match the tea ceremony. Yeah, that one. Captive Curse. Reference photos. Blah, 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 blah. The cuckoo clock, alright. Ideas for the cuckoo clock.
Nancy, sorry about Lucas. I'll have a little talk with him later. Come meet me in my study on the second floor.
I wonder what that smooth plus highlights thing is. Concept art for the room where they sell all the souvenirs. Looks like they had weird tree roots, yeah. And then this is Nancy's room. Looks different during the daytime. And then Alibi in Ashes. So is this supposed to be Ned? Is that like a concept version of Ned who never made it into the actual game? And then the characters from the side, which we never actually get to see them from the side. Not like that angle. Huh. Different types of ice cream. I can't tell where anything is. I assume the top one's the police station. Looks like we originally got to see more of Chief McGinnis's office. Or no, that's the back room. Never mind. And then that must be the antiquities store. Really hard to see when everything's all the same color. Nancy's house. What is that? Okay, so this is the characters. The characters standing around in front of the van, and then there's Brenda Carlton. Okay. Hard to tell who they are when they're all just skeleton people. Ghost of Thornton Hall, reference photos. Not sure what that, that's Clara on the left, and then there's the president of Her Interactive on the right, but what is this? Like, the angle of Clara looking at the window, maybe? What's the idea? Oh, they were originally going to have that as one of the scares. Okay, glad that didn't make it into the final game. There's a creepy creature in like two of the hauntings. It runs across the floor and it's creepy and scary. Concept art for the room that got burned down. Reference photos from Scotland, it looks like. Little girl photo. I mean, that's a drawing little Nancy did, and then that animation. Yep, that's like one of the first scenes of the game. Nancy's mom standing up and leaving. Different designs for Ewan's shirts. Okay. Interesting. Don't know what this is on the right. That looks like part of the bow and arrow, and then this... I don't know, looks like a pool cue. Maybe it's supposed to be still the arrow. Okay, Bridget Shaw, Samantha Quick. That's basically the concept art we saw in the actual game. They show it at the end of the game. This is her coming in to rob you. Originally, she just does like that instead of them fully animating it. Alright. Ew, she looks creepy. Yeah, very creepy. Nancy's theme. Concept art for the Archive Center. Don't know where this is supposed to be in the game. That was not in the game. No cafe place at all. Shattered Medallion. Okay, we have the caves. Yeah, I mean, these are just more reference photos.
What if I call them powers? Read a book once in a while.
This is weird. So that's like original Bess on the left without the pigtails. Oh, that's creeping me out. Looks like they have like 5 things they do with the brows and then the smile, frown, eyes, lids down, lids up, like all these various buttons. Ugh. I don't know. That's just creeping me out.
Oh no, not Jamila. Tell her I say hi, though.
There's Sunny. What? More silly animation. Doodles from Sunny. That didn't make it into the game. Here's George about to go on the bridge and then fall and die. Oh, a creepy turtle. I mean, it looks creepy. It looks like they were going to send people a comic book, like a mini comic. Huh, and something about a quarter with that. Okay. Inside the postage envelope mini comic goes in the coin folder. Letter on top. Ahoy, traveler. If you haven't finished the game, don't look inside this. So little pre-order bonus for people. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. This is clearly a reference photo, and then more of this like half-finished artwork for the big crash scene. They have those actual sweaters in real life? Oh man, I thought they made up those ugly sweaters for the game. And then this is clearly Magnus's house, but it's in springtime, so it's not covered in snow, so that's different. And then, I guess, concept art for that little silly Sunny June comic, which is there. It's like hidden inside the area with Gunnar. And then the picture of Gunnar's daughter. Interesting. Okay, so Sea of Darkness. So that's clearly, I mean, that's where Gunnar is in the actual game. But who is that? Was that supposed to be a different character originally there? Elizabeth? There's nobody in the game that has that outfit, though. So I have no idea what that is all about. Okay, there's the dog escaping. Test animation for that. Aww, cute dog. Yeah, clearly they did switch to some sort of system where you could mess with the smile or frown with the eyebrows and the eyelids. Midnight in Salem, so reference photos for, I guess random herbs. I guess this is supposed to be Lauren's shop. You could have done so much with the the pumpkin making challenge, which is kind of boring and nobody does it. Ooh, oh, this must be different. A different version of that. You know, the fancy challenge at the start of the game where it takes you through like these 5 places in town, as opposed to you just click on them. It looks like you're originally supposed to like pull out your phone or something for that. Midnight in Salem, 2015 through 2019. Spunky Blue Roadster, and wait, let's go back and see a little bit of this town. So, I don't really recognize this area. Did we ever explore that area there? I think that's just next to where the car is, and we can't go into it at the game. It's original version of the graveyard, all right, in the Hawthorne house. Judge just standing like that, and ew, oh, what is this? I don't like that picture on the right at all. Is this supposed to be Jason when they made him look more like his father or something? And oh man, actually, hold on a second. Let's look at this inventory. So, I kind of had a feeling that the inventory in the game was just placeholder art to begin with, and they never actually finished the artwork, and they just kept the placeholder art. I think this kind of confirms that theory. Thank you. So this is, I guess, 2 real-life people with the script for the game. Yeah, this must be like recording the script. Recording the lines for the game. Celebrating 30 years of Her Interactive. Thanks to everybody who helped work. Okay, so that's the 30 years of her interactive bonus video showing off a bunch of behind-the-scenes footage. Kind of interesting, kind of cool. All right, so thanks for watching this video. Hope I didn't bore you by blabbing about every single thing for 45 minutes, however long this video is.